Hello, welcome back to the channel. Today, I'm making shepherd pie. Shepherd's pie, sorry. I got the idea, I'm not making it, of course, exactly to the recipe, but I got the idea from this cookbook here, Taste of Home, Comfort Cookbook Diet. It's on page, if you're interested in making it, 232 and 233. Now, it calls for 1.5 pounds ground beef. This package here I got at the store is 2.12 pounds ground beef. I bought it a couple days ago, so I need to get it cooked. I have nothing else to make with it. I'm not interested in making it right now, so I'm just cooking it off. I'm making it in this Dutch oven. There. Get that cooking. Alright, we got that cooking. I added 2 onions in there. They was a little small, so I added 2 of them. I like onions. Alright, now that this is cooking good, I'll go over the recipe a little bit and some of the changes I'm making. Like I said, if you are interested in this recipe in this cookbook here, it's Taste of Home, Comfort Food, Diet Cookbook. It's on page 232, 233. It calls for 6 medium potatoes. Now I have instant potatoes in here, so instead of buying potatoes, I'm just gonna use what I have. So I'm using instant potatoes. I'm sure it would be better with fresh potatoes, but that's how I'm doing it. 1 pound carrots cut in 1/4 inch slices. Now instead of just using carrots, I figured it'd be better. I've seen some recipes that just call for corn, some just call for carrots, some call for mixed vegetables. I'm using mixed vegetables. I think it'll be better to have a variety of vegetables in it instead of just carrots. We just went over the ground beef. It calls for 1.5 pounds. I'm putting 2.12 pounds on it. 1 large onion. I use 2 medium-sized onions. It calls for 1 jar 12-ounce fat-free beef gravy. Now, I didn't buy any gravy. It was suggested to me by a couple people to use mushroom soup. And since this has quite a bit more in it than what the recipe calls for, instead of using 1 can, I'm going to use 2. I'm going to use 2 cans of cream of mushroom soup. Now, I'm not adding garlic in this because this is cream of mushroom soup with garlic. So I don't want to add any more garlic in it than what it is. And this can here is just regular cream of mushroom soup. And I didn't have to buy this because it was already in my pantry, which I got free from downstairs in the lobby. There's a table down there. People put canned stuff they get with their commodities and stuff they don't want. So that's where I got that at. So it didn't cost me anything. This whole bill is costing me around $20, $25. Salt, I didn't add any yet. I need to add salt and pepper. This calls for half a teaspoon of sage, a half a teaspoon of thyme, and a 1/4 teaspoon of rosemary. I added a 1/4 teaspoon and an 1/8 a teaspoon of rosemary. I added a half a teaspoon of thyme. I didn't have any more. And I added a half a teaspoon and a 1/4 teaspoon of sage, because I am making the recipe larger than what it calls for on here. And it calls for, of course, it calls for butter, milk, and shredded cheese for the mashed potatoes. But I'm going by the recommendations to make the mashed potatoes on the box, because I'm using instant. Now for the mashed potatoes, I already have the water and the milk in here. I gotta put butter in there yet. I'm not starting that too early because it don't take long to make the mashed potatoes. Once the hamburger gets about done, I'm gonna add in the mixed vegetables and the cream of mushroom soup, or I guess I could open these up now while I'm waiting. I better open up just 1 can, because 1 can might be enough. I don't know. I never made this before, but it is more than what the recipe calls for, so I'm guessing I will be needing both cans. But for now, I'll just open up the 1 can. I got the oven heating up at 350 degrees. I'm not measuring these out, I'm just adding some. I added probably about half a bag. It's a larger bag. A 1-pound bag. I'll close that properly when I get done. Now my alarm may go off on my phone. If it does, I'll have to go over there and mess with the camera, because my camera goes off after 29 minutes. There's very little grease in this hamburger I bought, I see. There's not much grease in here at all. Maybe about a small spoon of it is all. Having no grease at all in it. So I'm just gonna not mess with draining it. I was told this can be, I'm putting my spices in here now. Something about salt. Pepper. Turn on the back burner here. Start our mashed potatoes. Yeah, I wouldn't need to add the other can. It's not coating it very well. So I'm going to add the other can. I was told by a couple of people this could be a little bland anyway. So they preferred that they suggested, is what I'm taking out, that I use cream of mushroom soup to help flavor it up a little more. Let me know what you use in the comments. Is there any changes I should have made on here? Let me know in the comments. I'm not a very good cook. I'm not used to cooking. I'm just cooking more like this, trying to get better health. Need to add some butter. Haven't done that yet. Now you probably always notice some cast iron pans and stuff off to the side. If I have the camera just right all the time, that's when I'm using the oven, because the only place I have to store them is in the oven. It's not a very big kitchen, and I'm not measuring out the butter. I'm just going to add a big spoon of butter. Throw that in the bowl. This is about ready to put in the oven. Front burner can be shut off now. I'm done with that. I'm just waiting for this to heat up and melt the butter. Add in the mashed potatoes. Sorry about that. I sweat real bad all the time. In the kitchen, it's a whole lot worse. I prefer cold temperatures. I don't put on a winter coat till it gets down around 0 outside Fahrenheit. going to put this in the oven for about a half an hour. Oh, I need something. It calls for Parmesan cheese. I like cheddar cheese. So I'm adding cheddar cheese. I'm adding just the store brand, finely cut, sharp cheddar cheese is what I'm using. Okay, this is almost melted. Butter's almost melted. It's heating up real good. It's just about ready to add the potatoes. I tried to measure this correctly. I might need a little more milk. I don't know. I'll see. I might add some cheese in there too. Listen, I love cheese. Okay. Put the potatoes in there. I'm gonna add some cheddar cheese in there. Hopefully this is enough. I didn't think about adding, I meant making a double batch. Maybe I should have. If I have to, I can make a little more. Oh well. I'm gonna add some cheese in here too. Total, I use about half the package of cheese. They don't call for all that cheese to be mixed into here. But that's how I make it. I'm going to need more potatoes. Before I added a quarter of a cup. It's hard to measure stuff with your hands shaking like that. That's why quite a bit of the time, you notice, I don't. So this is what they was in. I said, I never made this before. I should have doubled the mashed potatoes. But like I said, I'm no cook or anything. I just, someone trying to eat healthier, get their weight down a little bit. This time I'm making a double batch from what I made before. I'm making the amount I should have made the first time. As you can see, last time how long it took to heat up. It didn't take long. I'm just waiting for this to heat up, make more mashed potatoes, and add them to here, and they'll be going in the oven for about half an hour. If my camera goes off, I'll just finish making the mashed potatoes, putting it on here, and putting it in the oven, and that's the video. I have two other channels. I have a gaming channel and a farming channel. I have a Facebook page for this channel. I have a PayPal account for anyone interested in donating. And if you would like to see any of my videos before it gets released to public on YouTube, you can go to Discord and you'll be able to find them on Discord. The link for all those is in the description. I will be posting the name of the cookbook that gave me the idea to make this, and the page number that it's on in the description for anybody interested in that cookbook. They'll know the name of it. I have quite a few cookbooks I'm going to be using. Okay, it's almost ready. Again, I apologize. To save time, I measured out the seasonings ahead of time. I remembered to this time. I cut up the onions before the video started. Okay, it's almost ready. And if you're making a bigger batch like this, especially if you're using this big of a pan, you want to make, if you're using regular potatoes, you want to make more potatoes than just what it calls for, because it won't be enough. Has my hand shaking? I don't know. Well, I have the rest of the cheese. I have nothing else to use it in. If I do need a little more for something else later on in the week, I can always go to the store and buy another package. Here we are, just in time. Spread this out on top. Apologize, I can't show you the final product. Let's get this in the oven and put it in there for 30 minutes. Okay, gotta be in there for half an hour. And the measuring cup I took out of here, I do have a pan in here that I had a couple things in just in case I need it later. A clean pan. I just trying to make it look a little cleaner in here. That's why I put it down in the sink. I just didn't take something out of the dirty sink, just in case you're wondering. Well, that'll do it for this video. Thanks for watching. Catch you in the next one. Bye for now. Hello, I'm back. It's done. It's out of the oven. I noticed it created a little bit of juice when it was cooking. Probably from all the mushroom soup and stuff I added in there. Figured I'd show you what it looks like when it's done. Sorry I can't get you a good close-up picture at all. It's just my camera's on the tripod over there, and with my hand shaking, if I grab my camera and tried using it, if you've seen any of my tractor show videos on my farming channel, you would know that my hands shake quite bad, and some of the videos don't turn out very well, so I can't hold that camera without the video shaking. So that's why I never do anything, grab it and do any closer videos or anything. It's because with my hands I really can't. It looks good. My parents are coming, so I'm going to put the lid on that. Keep it hot when they show up. This is going to be a good meal, I have a feeling. I never tried this before, but it has mixed vegetables in it, ground beef, mushroom soup, potatoes, cheese. So this is going to be a good meal. That's it. Thanks for watching. If you have any suggestions on how to prepare this, please leave them in the comments. Bye for now.